I don't like it that you allow any silver-tongued orator to place before the Common Council a map of some cow pasture with beautiful showing of streets, etc., and call it a development.
That's great. Save that one. Save that.
A development should have water, sewers, gas mains, and streets graded before it is accepted. All right. All right. By the way, this is exactly when Upper Market Street was opening up, where Joe Emanuel lives, the Upper Coolidge and Upper Lindbergh, and Upper Northampton. On the second floors of the Main Street buildings above the stores, one looks at dirty, dingy windows. Some are places where stock is kept, but many are empty. When there is a housing shortage, why couldn't some of these places be made suitable to live in? Actually, a lot of people used to live in those.
Used to.
Okay, the housing situation for people with children is terrible and getting worse. Why can't we have an agency that will give advice, loan on mortgages, and specialize in renting and selling to parents? Well, that's when there were letters to the editor saying, what is it with these people having kids and renting space and making noise? What do they have these kids for? Next thing you know, we have a baby boom. The partly demolished buildings of the former Broom Company opposite Market Street parking lot are an eyesore. They should be ordered raised. Yeah, they were. Why is it nothing has been done about the ruins of the old Empire Market on Main Street? This spot gives the visitor a bad impression of the town. That's true. That fire had taken place a couple years earlier at this point. Okay.
We're still doing it then.
There's one for you. I don't like the unfair assessment of property. There should be complete reassessment according to present selling values.
Remember, they didn't do one.
I know, and then it wasn't done until what, 58 or?
Yeah, then it wasn't done to 40 years later.
Yeah. All right, traffic problems. Show more courtesy to out-of-town motorists who stop here. Have policemen and firemen issue courtesy cards saying, don't pay for parking, stay as long as you wish. For information, call the Chamber of Commerce. Please take this card with you. Return again to Amsterdam, the friendly city.
No, there we go.
There's a nice slogan. It was free.
There's the slogan. We paid what? How many thousand for this?
20,000. 20,000 for a small city, big card.
That is a disgrace.
And we could have had Amsterdam, the friendly city, for free. Parking meter hours should be changed from Saturday night to Friday night enforcement. I don't know what that means.
They don't want you to pay for parking Friday night so they can shop downtown, charge on the meter Saturday.
Yeah.
You couldn't even park downtown now.
All right. Once or twice a year, we have a police drive to make Amsterdam aware of traffic regulations. Why aren't these regulations enforced all the time? Stop jaywalking. Put back the walk light at Main and Market and stall others. Arrest the jaywalkers and fine them. Huge controversy. Mayor Hand takes, when Wilbur Lynch was mayor, they installed the city's only walk light at Market and Main. You remember how busy Market and Main used to be? Okay, so the city finally has a walk light, and Mayor Hand decided it was confusing people. It was too confusing, and he took it out. And so there's huge debate about whether to put the walk light on, and I think it was a Republican-Democrat thing at that point.
I remember walk lights on the bottom.
Yes, they did put them back. Yeah. I think when the Republicans came back, they put the walk lights.
I remember we used to wait.
Bert Deal must have put it. Right, Bert Deal must have put it in. When Bert Deal became mayor, he must have put the walk light back.
It was very congested there.
It is a very definite violation for anyone to park a car on the north side of the division between Market and Wall. Why in the name of public safety is this rule not enforced all the time? Is it because the Elks are too influential? This is great. Okay. Our traffic bottleneck at the intersection of Main and Market Streets will eventually cause lines extending to Cranesville and to the Sanford Farm. Let's have double and triple lines ready when the light changes. Well, we solved that problem.
Yeah, we have no one.
We have no lines at all now. We would have better traffic enforcement if the police were backed up by the court. That's a slap at Judge Collins, apparently.
Let him go, Riccio.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't even in law school at the time. And by the way, he listens to this program. Okay, most people obey.
We didn't say a judge.
We're not responsible for the inane comments of our guests. Most people obey the traffic laws most of the time, but if they slip up, what happens? Some large, boisterous, overfed but underworked cop comes screaming and waving his arms like an Indonesian fan dancer to make a spectacle of the offender. FBI school needed? No. Grade school. The Main Street traffic lights should be synchronized. Perfect. You know, we used to do that, Division Street. Anyway. Perhaps we need these. There's a whole different category. We need a centrally located information place where the visitor can secure information about the town and a day-by-day schedule of activities
The
here.
state was supposed to bring one in here.
The state. Why should the state have to bring it in?
Well, the Chamber of Commerce did have one.
They did. We did. Didn't we have a booth up by the
Yes, they had a
thruway?
booth, remember?
Yeah. Yeah, that's always a good idea. They have that one up in Fulton County at the 29th and 30th.
It's great.
Many cities and towns smaller than Amsterdam have well baby clinics. The city should have one. Well, I guess we do now, don't we? Sort of. The re-equipment of our fire department is necessary. Present equipment is, for the most part, obsolete or nearly so. Replacement of trucks should be made a regular item of city expense instead of purchasing when the old one cannot be held together with baling wire. Absolutely right.
That was pre-duct tape.
That was pre-duct tape, right. We need a big hall where certain organizations can hold parties and the drum corps of Amsterdam can practice without disturbing people. So I recall my grandfather, Des Nichols, was involved in the post-701 fife and drum corps, and they, as I recall from my youth, they were pretty loud. Too bad. We are fortunate in having the sassafras with its wildflowers and birds, but some inconsiderate people have caused destruction up there. Couldn't a warden be hired for the summer months? When the Sassafras Bird Sanctuary was so busy that we should hire a warden to keep people from... Maybe with a few young, progressive, enterprising businessmen with some initiative as additions to the Chamber of Commerce, we wouldn't need a contest to tell us what's wrong with Amsterdam.
That's the best one.
That should have got the $20. A city of this size should have municipal restrooms in the shopping district. It is not fair that a few stores should have to provide this convenience. Well, again, this kind of related. I guess they weren't considering the ones in the bus station. As were you walking away when we did that? Yeah. The earlier one was complaining about the restrooms in the downtown bus station.
I remember that.
They were pretty bad.
Boy,
Listen to this. We are the only ones who dump sewage into the Mohawk River. We should have a sewage disposal plant and clean up the Mohawk. Nobody had a sewage disposal plant at that time. Nobody.
Maybe they were just clean.
Yeah. Why not invest in a municipal hall where we can hold conventions instead of buying up somebody's farm for an athletic field? I don't know. Why haven't we a museum or art gallery? After all, we are the richly historic Mohawk Valley. We always find room for a saloon.
Every corner.
Now we have the Walter Elwood Museum at the Old Guy Park Manor, so we solved that one. A row of trees should be set out along the east wall of the Market Street parking lot. The Market Street parking lot is where the Kirk Douglas Park is now.
Yeah.
Because that was where the Stuart Mills was, and they tore those down during the early in the war. Yeah. Yeah. So we should have a row of trees. Well, we solved that problem. We washed it out when the creek overflowed. So
We're going to I asked somebody to put a restaurant.
that would have been nice.
over there.
The business section is constantly littered with refuse and is unsightly. I suggest the purchase of refuse containers to be placed at various points in the business area.
Well, they did.
They eventually did.
They've been abused. They've been abused, but
And they were never emptied. Right. There
we
should,
actually had benches on there and everything until they were skateboarding over them.
there should be a street connecting. There should be a street connecting the Market Hill section with the 8th Ward, Locust Avenue. That was a long time before anything. I mean, Miami Avenue Extension kind of takes care of that, but that's not in the
Right
city.
all the way around.
But I think they were talking about like extending Water Street or one of those, or what's the other one? McGibbon, maybe.
McGibbon, Beacon.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Go over the top of the? Yeah, we had talked about that.
Yeah, over the top of the
Yeah,
reservoir.
and get rid of all the traffic on Market Street.
Right. I marvel that I'm alive to... Hi, sweetheart. Okay. I marvel that I am alive to tell what I don't like about Amsterdam after walking for years over its atrocious sidewalks. Perhaps it is because I have subconsciously developed a goose step to keep from breaking my neck. There are some things, there were 800 entries, 850. Our sidewalks are as smooth as a snake with the hiccups.